All right. I think we're going live. This is great. Another week where we get to think outside the bank. Here's why I like it. I like it because people should, probably see us. There we go. Just need to remember to turn it on. That's all we have to do. Okay. Well, you know what's great about today, Ray, is we get a lot of questions from a lot of folks. Hey, I want to welcome Raul in on the live stream, and those of you also on YouTube, welcome as well. We're here to think outside the bank, and today we're actually going to address the frequently asked questions that come in from all of you. So Ray, why don't you start off with what's the?
Okay, I'll let you go first, and then I just gotta let everybody know here that we got live.
Well, just ask the question and I'll answer.
Oh, perfect.
Well, this is Ray Fleming. I'm Joseph Smith. We're the Wise Guys in Ties, and we help people build business credit.
So the most common asked question is, frankly, what is business credit?
I couldn't agree more because, would you believe that the SBA says that 90% of business owners don't even know what it is or how to get it?
That's a lot of folks.
It is. All right. So what is business credit? Business credit is credit that your business builds independent of your personal consumer credit. Your consumer credit is linked to your social security number. We all understand that. In the same way, your business credit is linked to its EIN, its employer identification number. That's the tax ID that the IRS assigns your business. This means when you apply for business credit, you're not usually required to include your social security number if you actually have established business credit. So to properly establish your business entity and its credibility, you'll need to start by building your business credit profile. With smaller vendor accounts, that's where we start. And as your business pays those retailers, then you will qualify for revolving credit. And then from there, you can build all the way up to cash credit that you use anywhere. So starts with those vendor accounts, the net 30s, and then it grows into store cards, fuel cards, those type of cards that you can only use at those stores or gas stations. And then once you've established yourself and paying those bills on time, you can then get personal credit cards, or not personal, business credit cards that you use anywhere. So, and they work just like normal credit cards. So if you have a Visa or MasterCard, American Express, your corporate credit cards work the same way. So your business can build business credit with or without good personal credit, because business credit is determined by the business's ability to pay its bills on time. That's it, right? When you combine both your personal credit and your business credit, you can effectively double your access to credit. If you think about it.
Yeah.
Because your business can build its business credit. Most people personally guarantee credit for their business. So they're already used to getting credit that way, but you can actually build business credit that is independent and separate when you go through those rounds that I was telling you about, if you do it organically. So Ray, what would you say is the next biggest question that we receive from folks?
What do we actually offer as far as our services?
Okay, yeah, like they get so much value out of our training. They're like, what
do we actually do? Because there's so many folks, we hear you talking about credit banking, we hear you talk about this, but as far as like what Wise Guys and Ties on the business credit side is, there's two primary things that we end up doing.
Right.
The first primary thing that we offer is our business credit builder program, and that basically helps you build your business credit step by step that is not linked to your social security number. It's using a proven step-by-step system, field tested, business owner approved, highly personalized process. And it's got this online user-friendly interface. You're working with our financial team, our loan officers, to get you step by step through the process within 6 to 12 months to establish an excellent business credit rating. And so we really just take you through the process of initial trade lines to build your business credit, setting up the business credit reports with no personal credit checks, and then getting the business credit without using that personal guarantee is absolutely huge. You were talking about how 90% of business owners don't know. It's really this, not sure on the statistic exactly where it is, but it's well over 80% of businesses have somebody personally liable for the debt. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And then, so when you work with the Wise Guys and Ties, we help you get business credit that is set up the right way to meet your lenders and the credit issuer's approval, that you look legitimate. And that's how you're supposed to, that's how you're able to access $50,000 in business lines in such a short period of time. Now, the second service that we offer for you is what we call our direct funding process. And this program offers, basically it works with all legitimate lenders, all legitimate funding institutions. We have 27 different funding options for you to be able to go through, hundreds of investors, and it's a unique lending program because we actually look at all sorts of different lenders, not just primary, but secondary. And we are even trying to figure out what you even call that third level, where, you know, it's peer-to-peer lending, things like that. But unsecured business financing using a good personal social security number. Now, that, I mean, we see folks get up to $150,000 using a good personal credit score. The great thing about our direct funding process is it's not just when you have good personal credit. If you have a significant amount of cash flow coming into your business, we can get lending on that. If you have collateral, if you have assets in your business, and there's some even personal assets that you can use for collateral as well. Also, credit, whether it's personal credit or business credit, any combination of those four, and however you put those together, let's say you have two of them, let's say you have cash flow and good personal credit, boom, you're going to get a lot more than somebody with just good personal credit. If you have business credit, personal credit, and cash flow, boom, you're going to get even more. And then if you have the trifecta, you have business credit, you have cash flow, and collateral, then the world is your oyster.
What does that mean? The world is my oyster.
I have no idea. I have just heard it.
Does that mean like rich people eat oysters and so you get to eat oysters everywhere you go in the world?
Well,
or are they talking about the pearls?
I like it the way that if you think about a pearl, because if you've ever seen an oyster, they're grungy looking. They're, you know, they've been attached to something, a rock usually, and they're all covered in, you know, growth. And then when you crack it open, it's super slimy and salty, but breaking out a beautiful, shiny pearl. And that's what I feel a lot of times we are in this life. You know, there's just so much craziness that goes on day to day, and overcoming obstacles is really when we come to business. A lot of times we see that, hey, I don't like the direction we're heading. We got to start a business. I got laid off. Got to start a business. I'm just flat out not being appreciated in my job. I want to start a business. And so you have to go through this, the grunginess to start to create something beautiful.
Great. You know, another question that we get is, do we repair business credit?
I got that this morning. They were looking for business credit repair.
And what's your answer to that?
We don't actually do it yourself business credit repair, and it's a little bit different from personal credit. This is something you have to understand. So there's no formal process of fixing business credit, as there is no FCRA or FA, you know, like the Fair Act,
Fair
Credit Reporting Act. There's things in place for your personal side. We don't have that on the business side, but still our business credit advisory team will advise you with any ongoing disputes or discrepancies on your business credit profile, your reports, as part of our business credit program. So that'll show you really where to go and guide you through the process to dispute those items. We even have a step dedicated in our business credit builder program to fixing
our 7-step program.
Yeah, this is
number 4.
Yeah, step number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Once you're going through the whole aspect of everything, getting everything set up, that's when you're waiting for your first round of accounts to report. And if you find something that's reporting on there, we deal with it then. Because that can happen. I mean, these things happen just because maybe, for example, we're in an office. This office was not brand new. There's been 5 or 6 businesses that were here before us. Now that we're using this location, there could be things, you know, we receive mail from the prior businesses. There's all sorts of things that could fall onto your report. And then you just have to go through a process to get that removed.
You know, A question that I get a lot is, okay, now I know what you do. Can I do this on my own?
Absolutely.
You can do it on your own?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can come and work with us because you'll become an expert.
So what does it take to build credit on your own?
It's going to be a lot of trial and error. It's going to be going through the main thing that we help folks do is find those accounts that actually are reporting. So when there's only 3% of starter vendors that actually report and you have to get 6, that means you're going to have to go through a purchase process with at least 200 companies. And this could be $50, $100 purchases to find out who actually even reports. And then you're going to find yourself spinning the wheels and not gaining access to the accounts that you actually want, because when those 3% are the only ones that are actually reporting the positive activity. Now, of course, there's a lot that will actually approve you. They'll approve you, and then you have to wait 30 days, 60 days, 90 days to find out that they actually don't even report.
Well, where do I find the underwriting guidelines for all these lenders so that I know how to get approved automatically?
In the Business Credit Builder program.
No, I mean, if I want to do it myself, like how do I find the underwriting guidelines?
Through trial and error, data collection. You got to remember, folks, that we've been working, our partners that Wise Guys and Ties has partnered with have been in the grind of developing business credit for over 13 years. And so this isn't anything that's new. This has a track record of proven success. The Wise Guys and Ties provides all of our clients with the unpublished underwriting guidelines for credit, that the credit issuers, as well as the minimum payments needed. What are you going to actually have set into place to actually get approved for those accounts?
That's right.
And then you get to do it all online and then just go through that process.
So you could do it on your own, but it takes time. It's like taking on a whole nother part-time or full-time job. And when you're an entrepreneur just starting your business, I mean, that's pretty hard to do.
Even using a system, it requires attention, because there's payments and keeping track of it. It still requires attention, but it's a lot easier than trying to do it with a spreadsheet, figure out the accounts. You're right. It turns into a full-time job. So let me see. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
So how does the Business Credit Builder program work? Because we were talking about that.
Right. Well, this is really just been the way the builder works is what you and I have done is we've gone out there and we've brought together all of the industry leaders. We've got wonderful IT guys that have helped us build an online web-based platform, wonderful training videos that really break all of this information down into bite size. And we have a financial advisory team that walks you through it. So with the program, we just started with the program, 7 steps to build your business credit, but all of those steps break into sub-steps. And it's systematic in its approach, meaning that you go through step 1 before you do step 2. And the way it's laid out in step 1, there's 10 sub-steps.
Right.
Right. Well, you follow that and each one builds on its own, right? Meaning you're not supposed to, well, I think I'll start at step 4 and then I'll come back to step 1 or things like that. So it's systematic in its approach and it's very thorough. And those who follow the program end up getting $50,000 or more in lines of credit. Our average for, I don't have the full numbers, but it's somewhere around in the mid 60,000s.
That's awesome.
And I know we say a minimum
right
of 50, but a lot of our folks have been getting a lot more.
And then, I had somebody yesterday asking about that. Well, I saw that, somebody was able to get a $10,000 loan in the first month. I'm just starting out my business. So it's really unique too. That's why it's important to be working with a professional team, because there could be 2 businesses that start at the exact same time. Are their funding going to be the same?
Well, in that specific point you bring up, there are actually 3 types of credit that every business uses. The personal credit of the business owner, bank credit,
yes,
and then there's business credit.
Absolutely.
And so depending on where you start in the process with us, if you already have good personal credit or you have bank credit or you have business credit, right, we can use a combination of that. So
So it's similar to like your personal credit score where there's multiple scoring models, there's multiple companies,
right.
and you never know exactly which.
Well, so your bank credit is just how well do you keep and maintain your bank records? What are your minimum balances? Are there multiple deposits that are going in? NSF fees, like they look at all of that. And you want to get the best bank rating you can, because then that bank wants to offer you their credit cards and their loan products. And so, and then if you go to another bank, well, that bank's going to, even though you don't have a bank rating with them, they're going to check with your bank what your bank credit is with them. So we don't talk a lot of, we haven't done a lot of videos on it, and I'd like to do one maybe next week on it. But bank credit is so huge and how it works. And we cover this in our business credit builder, because if you're going through step number 1, I think it's like 1.9, I want to say 1.8, 1.9, where we talk about establishing your business bank account. Well, there's a lot that goes into that. It's not just opening an account. It's how do you open it? How do you keep it? How do you maintain it? So that you get the banking credit, because we want business credit and banking credit to kind of go side by side.
Excellent. Excellent.
So we get a lot of people asking, Ray, we've talked about a lot of this, but how much do our services cost?
And you know, that's a great question, because it kind of throws people off a lot, because we always talk about really the discounted price. The program to actually work with us is $5,000, because you got to think about, you're getting a support team, you're getting not only Joseph and I, but you're getting our financial advisor team, you're getting our loan officer team, and that's for up to 5 years that you're working with support staff.
If we break it all down, you and I as business coaches, then we have financial advisors, then we have loan officers, then we have the whole IT support team.
Yep.
And the whole web-based program, the software, and then the continual updated underwriting guidelines for each, over 100 different credit issuers,
and unlimited access. So that's the thing, is you have unlimited access to the team. You can call every day, get your questions answered, get help with whatever you need. And you know, even that's $5,000 when it's financed over a 12-month period of time. So you can really save yourself 50% though by making an upfront payment. Full honestly, it's because we're not going to do any credit checks.
As long as they put 20% down.
Yeah, as long as you put 20% down, because our goal is to help you establish and grow your business credit. And so if we start messing around with your personal credit and doing things like that, we don't want to do that. So with 20% down and making payments over 12 months, now there is always that percentage of default. That's why it costs a little bit more to make payments over time. There's that risk factor, that's that interest rate.
But I mean, if it's all paid off in 12 months, does that mean what happens next year? Do I have to pay again?
Nope. You get access for up to 5 years, as long as you are in need of them. Really, I mean, there's some folks that after the 12 months, they're just off and doing their own thing and they don't need it. So, you know, we may not suspend, but we may turn off your user account, because we have to pay for that every single month, your online user account.
If they're not using it.
If you're not using it. But at any time, if anybody wants it, has access to it, because we just had somebody who took a 2-year break, you know, and then they're like, all right, you know, life happened, I'm ready to get back on board. Cool, perfect. We thought, we don't know, like, you know, we always hope you're okay, but we just don't know. We're like, well, they just maybe fell off, but flip of a switch, back up and running, and let's get going.
So we get asked a lot, how much business credit can I actually get if I start working with you?
Well, if you do everything that you're supposed to do, each business credit builder program is designed to work with one specific business to get you $50,000 or more in vendor credit, store credit, cash credit, fleet credit within 6 to 12 months. And so with that, since there's no limit to the amount of businesses you can actually start, then there's not really any limit to the amount of business.
But if I'm thinking about this as a business owner and I have big dreams to, let's say, do real estate investing, $50,000 doesn't sound like a whole lot to me. I mean, is that all I get?
Absolutely not. I mean, it really depends on the business itself. This is just the starting point to get your door, or to get the door open to the lending game in business. When you get business credit, when you establish business credit, that's just opening the door to the business credit lines, that's getting access to the business loans, the SBA funding. I mean, this is simply a process of creating a real business.
I mean, a lot of our folks, after they've established their business credit, within another like 2 or 3 months, go out and get an additional $150,000 just on, high limit Visa, MasterCard, American Express cards for their business. I mean, that's right after they've established their business. So you're right. It's just the starting point. It's not an end point.
And I mean, we talk to folks every single day. I want to buy this daycare. I want to buy this car wash. I want to buy this other business. You know, we're talking millions of dollars.
Truckers want to buy some other rigs.
Yep.
Hire new drivers.
Warehouses. I mean, it's all there. But in order to achieve that, it's a process of building. Nothing great was built, you know. It's not necessarily a
Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah, it wasn't built in a day, that's for sure. It takes time to build anything of value. And so what we're doing is we're helping you get that foundation laid so you can build.
But you know, 6 to 12 months might sound like a long time, but on your personal credit side, let's say you've got some dings on your credit. How long does it take to really fix and repair your credit or get that credit score up?
Could be 7, could be 10 years to get that.
It's true.
I mean, it just depends how much work and how much time and energy you're going to put into it.
So 6 to 12 months is actually in the world of credit really fast.
Yeah. Another, you know, I was talking to the guy this morning and we were talking about that. Do we repair credit? But our program is designed to help you establish and grow your business credit score and profile and really flood it with positivities, and you can overcome a lot of these weaknesses. But with that being said, I mean, it was at this stage where you're only a year into this and you've really made a mess of it. Just shut it down. You don't have any assets. You don't really have anything going for you. You haven't even done business yet. You basically had opened some accounts, didn't make any money, and there's no need to keep that floating and going. Make some settlement with the accounts. I mean, because they've already settled these accounts, but they are just on there as a negative now. It's like, in talking with them, the business name, it had a lot of big red flags in the business name, the way it was structured. And I said, look, unfortunately, you may just want to start fresh. That's the beautiful thing, is you can start fresh.
But there are legitimate times when you've done everything right and then somebody has misreported something on your credit.
Oh, absolutely.
Nowhere have I ever seen, and I've done a lot of research on this, mind you, a greater compilation of all of the information that you need to know for each of the individual bureaus, how to dispute, how to work with your business creditors, because it's the wild, wild west out there.
It really is.
There's no law saying that they have to resolve any dispute.
Well, that's what I love about America, is we're in a capitalist country, and we're free to build and grow our businesses as we wish.
So I get a lot of people that say, all right, this sounds great. How do I get started?
Quite easy. Simply, you just schedule an appointment with one of us, myself, Joseph. We can talk with you. We have other professionals on the team you can talk to. And then basically we'll walk you through the process. So all you have to do is go over to wiseguysandties.com, hit the schedule with us tab. You just put in a time that works good in your schedule.
And if I'm ready to get going now, I could go to the pricing
There's
page.
a pricing page.
And I could pay, and I could pay now on that page.
At the bottom of the page, you can pay right then and there.
Cool. But you know, they might want to talk to me, or they might want to, talk to me.
If you want to talk to Joseph, then you just schedule an appointment. That's all you got to do.
Here's something that we do get a lot of people that ask this, and they ask it in different ways, but it's like, so if I'm hiring you, are you paying the money to legally set up my business? Are you paying the money for my office?
That's a great question.
So when they hire us for our services, what are our clients actually responsible for, Ray?
Well, what you're actually responsible for is, one, as a business owner, you're ultimately responsible for your business and your operations and your obligations. You are also responsible for following the program step by step, okay, to ensure that basically you're doing what's need to be done. We have talked about a done for you process where we can do it all for you. That's if you're interested in something like that, then you definitely want to schedule a call. That's by case by case situation. But this what's included and not in, basically what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to actually do the application for their credit accounts. You're going to need to be able to verify information with the credit department on the phone. Since we're not officers of your company, we can't be doing that. You're going to make the purchases, so we don't do the shopping for you, and then making those payments. We can't write your checks and everything for you like that. Really, we don't set up your actual legal structure. We're not your CPA, the accountant, finance. We do have the financial advisors, but specifically on what to do in the situation of building business credit. So this is a little bit different than advising you personally on your finances.
I think of it because a lot of things, like the way I think of football, right? Doesn't everybody think of things in terms of football? You're the star quarterback. We're the coaches. We're the head coach. We've got a whole team of assistant coaches, right? We're going to help you win the Super Bowl, okay? But you've got to show up. You got to bring your pads, your helmet. You got to have your shoes. You got to have them laced up, right? You got to do all those things. Now, whether or not you were going to use us to coach you to win the Super Bowl, you were going to have to, if you're going to play football, get all that stuff anyway, right?
Right.
So
that sounds good.
But are there any additional expenses that come up?
There's several expenses that are involved in setting up and maintaining a business. You're responsible for covering any additional expenses associated with building business credit. So if you're ordering printer ink, that's going to be a cost. The ordering process is going to cost money. Paying for the gas of the vehicles, your legal setup, your email, your website, your phone number, the physical location. We got business credit monitoring now through us. That's something that's not included that many people think is. You may not need to start that monitoring until 2 months in.
Well, we offer business credit monitoring for $24 a month, and that's all three bureaus, all three major bureaus.
Which is a phenomenal deal.
Five business credit bureaus, but the three big ones, Dun & Bradstreet, Business Experian, and Equifax Small Business. But you don't have to get that. You can go monitor your business credit on your own. You can go hire Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, and Small Business and get it reported that way if you'd like.
It just is a lot.
We just offer that as a convenience.
Because we have a corporate account, we add you on as a user, and it's a lot more cost effective. So we're looking to save you time, stress, and money.
Okay. Well, you know, Ray, we're talking about building business credit, but some people, they just want to get funds. Maybe they already have business credit, or they have a good bank rating, or they want to use their personal credit. But we talk about a lot of times all these 27 different lending programs, cash flow, credit, collateral. I just want to get money, right? What does that cost?
Well, there's no upfront cost. So with our program, because we're hiring our team, we got to put them to work right then and there. So we also, what happens when somebody goes through the direct funding process with us is we gather your basic business information, and we also have you pull your credit. So we don't make any hard inquiries onto your credit report. And then our team evaluates your situation, runs you through a couple different algorithms, look at approval rates and statistics and this and that. It has to really look at your profile in the big picture. It's not just credit score. It's the big picture of your business. And you'll be working with our financial team. They're going to want to know more, some in-depth things. There may be some things that we need to fix before we even move forward with it. But our team, our loan officers, will discuss in great detail all of the funding options that you qualify for. That's what's really awesome about that is there may be a lot of things that you qualify for now that you don't even realize. You know, we were talking about government programs that people have been applying for and wanting to get. There's other programs out there that are in effect right now that people aren't even talking about. So we could take a look at that for you as well. You got to understand our loan team is incentivized to find you funds, because if they don't find you funds, there's no exchange, so they don't get paid. You know, when you create a loan, There's origination fees, and that's how loan brokers make their money. So they're going to be wanting to find you loans, lines of credit, things like that, because that's the only way that they're going to get paid. So what's a benefit to you is you'll get access to really looking at your entire profile with no upfront costs. And then, of course, before you ever moved forward, you would know what expenses you're going to have moving forward if you want to, say, take this loan or take this line of credit. That's what's beautiful.
Yeah, we call that the financial blueprint qualifier.
Yep.
Now, a lot of people ask, can I use this program for more than one business, the Business Credit Builder?
Oh, we got Jeremiah Sams. He's asking a question. How fast could you get the credit for your clients?
Well, that's great. We've broken the process into 4 rounds, or what we call tiers, and you can qualify for vendor credit right away. I mean, that's without using
so in the first aspect, looking at it with no social security number.
Exactly. So then you'll start to qualify for store credit within usually 60 days after that, with no personal credit check or guarantee. And then 6 months after that, 6 months meaning all these positive payment experiences, building up the history, then you should be able to have access to $50,000 or more in unsecured high limit cash credit cards. We're talking about Visa and MasterCards without needing a personal guarantee. And what you do from there is you can then build that to where you go wherever you want. Once you have established an excellent, robust business credit profile, you can go out and get $100,000, $200,000, $250,000 in additional lines of credit or loans utilizing this program. So it happens fast.
What about on the other side where maybe I have some cash flow, maybe I have some collateral, maybe I have credit that I want to go through this funding and see what I get right now?
I've noticed with a lot of our program, it depends because we have 27 different lending programs. And so when people come in, depending on what their strength is, if they got a lot of cash flow, we've seen funding in as little as 3 days, 72 hours.
Yeah.
And then you're like, the money's in your bank account. Different types of lending programs that require documentation. So there's a lot of no doc and doc programs. So the no doc program is pretty fast as long as you put all that information together and fill out the applications, work with the loan officers. People get funded inside of 2 weeks. But I've seen some of the other programs that require documentation. Again, a lot of this also depends on you. How quickly are you going to produce like your tax returns or your bank statements, or how quickly are you going to produce a P&L for your business? Those type of things that they might ask for. And so if you're submitting the information when requested, things pay out anywhere from like 4 to 6 weeks on some of the other programs. So it's really, really fast.
Jeremiah also asked, how much is your fee again? Now, on the going through the financial blueprint and working with our loan team to see if you qualify for funds right now, there's no upfront cost for that. And it just depends on, like I said, if you're getting a loan, there could be an origination fee on there. Those would all be worked at and looked at, and it's per product. There's different pricings and different things, interest rates on. I mean, there's really a million different options.
I agree. But I think it comes down to this. If our loan officers look and they see, well, here are some issues that we see. We found, 1, 2, 3, whatever issues. What they're really going to show you is here's what you need to do. You need to fix these issues and then you'll qualify. But largely what we find with most all of our clients is they don't have any business credit. Mm-hmm. So if they were, while you could fix those issues that you might have, you could also just get some business credit and then you would qualify. So if you if you have some personal credit and you want to guarantee some of these lines of credit, but there's some issues with utilization or it could be a number of issues, different accounts that you have. Once you address those issues, you could then get the money, or you could build business credit. So as you look at some of those issues that you might have, like there might be some things falsely reporting on your account, some old collections or something, you need to get that off. You go hire credit repair company, a personal credit repair company. That could take at best 6 months, maybe even 18 months to get all that off your credit, where you could build business credit and have it done in 6 to 12 months.
Yeah, so the program that is going to walk with you step by step with our team to establish the credit for you without using your social security number, that has a one-time cash discounted price of $2,497. And that's working with our team, you know, for the next couple of years.
Yeah, I agree. So there's two sides to what we do. We help people build their business credit, and we do direct funding. You can get direct funding before you build business credit, during building business credit, and after you've completed building business credit. There really is a lot of options for you. But really, what makes our program different than all the other programs that are out there? Because there are programs out there where you can buy trade lines. There's programs out there where you can personally guarantee and get business credit cards. I mean, what makes our business different than the rest of those?
Well, this is the only system in the world that successfully combines both business credit, building business credit, direct funding. This means that basically our clients can build their business credit and get the money that they need immediately, as long as they have good credit or collateral that they can secure. You can secure funds within 30 days. Now, the other side of it, like you said, is we help you build business credit. And building business credit, we have the only system that shows business owners how to get free access to Experience Smart Business, as well as help you get a DUNS number with Dun & Bradstreet for free.
List your phone number with the 411 directory.
List your phone with the 411 directory. Also save you basically thousands of dollars. The Business Credit Builder program, sorry, I needed a little water, has more lending sources, revolving credit, starter vendor accounts, than really any other system I've seen out there.
Over 100 different credit issuers with all the underwriting guidelines, all at your fingertips.
And it's really the only system I've seen with the online user interface that has one-click access to the business credit credibility sources, underwriting guidelines, and really has a proven track record of success.
So I guess then in closing, let's go back to the question that was asked earlier. How do I get started?
Well, it's easy. All you have to do is go over to wiseguysandties.com.
Here, I could show that. Let me, if you're watching, right, let's bring that up. Wise Guys and Ties. I have to share my screen. Hold on. I can figure out technology.
Oh, we got 3 questions in there too.
All right. Yeah, we do. Go ahead and check out
What we
those
got
questions.
here. Have you ever had, okay, so Raul says, have you ever had anyone apply for business credit for their internet marketing business? Absolutely. Absolutely. Internet marketing is huge right now. If any of you guys ever listen to like Ty Lopez, he's been talking about this for years. Right now, every single business is going to become their own media company, their own marketing company, and internet marketing companies. It's the newest, hottest business there is, and there's not enough of them. So if you're looking for a business that you want to start and you're not even sure, a marketing company right now is the easiest and quickest business to start.
Absolutely.
And so it is one of those things that is actually not even a high risk. It's not a high risk.
Lenders like to lend for marketing purposes.
Absolutely.
They don't like to lend for debt consolidation purposes. Yeah. And a lot of people are like, yeah, I've got some debts I want to consolidate. That kind of gets a red flag. But Antonio Rodriguez asked the question. He said, what if you've been in business since 2015? But maybe, you haven't really been active since 2018.
Well, it depends on what state and also the process and what would be required to get it reactivated. Sometimes it's one of those things that we want to kind of take a look at the whole situation.
Well, when was the business bank account open?
Yeah, business bank account. If you still have the business bank account, if that was in bad shape, there's a lot of different things we want to actually look at in that specific situation, because it's looking at the big picture of it. Okay, if we do bring this business active, we can capture some years in business, which is good, but has there been a significant banking damage?
I had somebody who started a business, and it was like 4 years ago. I was talking with them, but they never opened a business bank account. It had gone inactive, and they live in a state where it's like hundreds and hundreds of dollars, to reactivate it. And so as we were looking at it, do you go through the process of trying to get that reactivated, or just start over from scratch? We can't make that decision for you, but there really was no difference in that case because they had never opened a business bank account. The clock never really started ticking on that business. You know what I mean?
So let's see. Antonio says still established, however, not much deposited. Okay.
Well,
So,
deposits deal with your bank rating. Okay, so think about there's three types of credit that your business can have: the personal credit of the owner, your bank credit, and your business credit. So bank credit and business credit are different because bank credit is how you bank. What credit have you established with your bank by showing them that you keep high balances, you never go negative, NSF fees, that you have lots of deposits. All those different things increase your bank credit rating, which allows that specific bank to offer you a lot of different products that they have. Also, if you apply to another bank, they will then check just to see what that rating is, and that'll be a determination factor for approval process with another bank. But business credit is even more than it's more important in some ways than your bank rating. Although bank rating is still very important. Think about business credit is what opens the door. It's what brings the lenders to the table to sit down and talk with you. Your bank rating is going to really determine whether or not you get approved, and your payment history is on your business credit score is going to determine what type of rates and interest rates and the term that you're going to get. Right, so a lot of these all factor together, and then a personal guarantee is an additional safety net, which could then double the amount of money that you could get if you were trying to borrow. So there's really a combination of all three of these types of credit that go into major loans. We're talking $350,000 or more. But if we're looking at just $150,000 or less, you could really get approved just based off of business credit. Bank rating not important, personal credit not important. Just getting $150,000 and lines of credit for your business with an excellent business credit rating. It's awesome.
So we got a question from Nasty. The business credit builder program is a different fee from the real estate program. Well, I'm so glad that you asked that too, because tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific time, we will be on Real Estate Investing Mastermind number 6. And so, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Number 3.
He's already planned out to number 6. We're on number 3.
Real Estate Investing Mastermind number 3, 6 p.m. Pacific time. We will be coming live on the Velocity channel, but you can also get over to Wise Guys and Ties /events to get that Zoom link for tonight's mastermind.
Now, I think Tanassi's thing is, to answer her question is, we really focus in on a lot of different things, but there's a bigger picture to a lot of things.
There is.
So if we talk about a lot of systems of wealth out there, there's the tax system, there's the banking system, there's starting a business credit, and all of this as a system, real estate investing. These are a lot of different systems, and we utilize all of these different systems, and we train on them, and we have some different businesses and trainings that go with each of those systems. So when you're talking about, the real estate, yeah, that is a whole nother system. And we do work with that. And we try to find ways to create synergy between all of these systems.
That's perfect. Because what happens is, for example, we have clients that are interested in real estate investing and building their business credit. Well, the cool thing is if you get started in both, then you get a discount. And that's what's really powerful is, since we have several different things that we do, when you can package up little deals. For example, if you're going to, let's just say you're going to Costco, since it's more of a large package process, you're going to get a discount because you're buying in bulk. And then, so the same thing is with, if you're just going to a specialty shop, you might pay a little bit more for that one special thing. But since we have all sorts of different things we offer, then you get discounts as you package them together. Or if you're already a client, then you get the client discounted rate moving forward. And then we have Jeremiah says, sorry, this made me laugh because we just don't have enough time today for this. Could you explain how I can pay off my home with business credit using a title company?
I love that.
The BHELOC.
So another system that we work with is the banking system and personal finance, and how to eliminate debt, especially debt of, say, your mortgage and things like that. So when we talk about the synergy that we create, is this whole business credit, the whole credit system, personal business credit, bank ratings, starting a business, creating multiple streams of income. We try to take that system and combine it with the banking system, and that's what we use to create the business HELOC strategy that we talked about. It's an advanced strategy. We have a lot of videos on our YouTube channel about this. But yeah, we go over that about, I'd say once a month, we typically cover that.
We'll probably be there going over that, because what we got to do is we got to build up to that. So on Tuesday nights, make sure you're plugged into the Tuesday night mastermind. We're starting fresh next week. And so we'll probably be there in about 4 weeks, because that's really that final advanced level. So we'll be there probably in about 4 weeks, right?
Yes, Joseph asked the question, said, is it absolutely necessary to purchase the book in order to utilize the services that we discussed?
Absolutely not. I mean, the book, it's just one of those other services we have.
It's the do-it-yourself without the online program, the financial advisors, or the loan officers.
So the business, are we sharing the screen on how they can schedule with us, or where are we at? The website?
I believe, yeah, they see the website right now. This is what's on their screen.
Okay, here, we'll show you where to schedule with us. All you have to do is go up to the upper right-hand corner on the website right there to schedule with us, and then you just pick in a time that works good for you. We have a pricing page that gives you a breakdown of the Business Credit Builder. You can also see a lot more information. There's a video walkthrough here that shows you the ins and outs of the program, and then you can get started with us right then and there. The other thing is there's a lot of testimonials on our website. There's a lot of resources on our website for you to take advantage of. And then you can actually, if you want to, I mean, you can get it through Amazon. If you don't have an Amazon account, you can get it through us right now. It's actually $1 cheaper to get it through us right now. So you can just call us if you want the book. But the Business Credit Builder book is really the entire program put into a book form. It has 30 accounts, underwriting guidelines, but no, this is just something else. If we have a lot of folks that are looking to build business credit, yet they don't have access to $2,497. They don't have the ability to make the monthly payments right now. So they start with the book and they see how much they can get done on their own, because this gives you everything step-by-step walking through the process. Like you see there, it does take Amazon a little bit longer right now, but it's looking at about 5 or 6 days. And so if you don't have an Amazon account, if you don't have a Prime account, then you can give us a call. You can get the book directly from us, and maybe we'll get Joseph to autograph it for you too. So that'd be pretty cool.
Wouldn't that be worth nothing?
But yeah, either way. But no, you do not have to buy the book, but it's just another tool for you to use. Just depends on where you're at. We want to help you wherever you're at. So there's folks that are just engaged on YouTube and asking questions there. That's fantastic. Maybe then they get their stimulus check and they want to buy the book for their business, because this shows you not only how to build your business credit, it's all the foundational stuff. So who reports, how to set up with Dun & Bradstreet, everything that is needed to understand how to build business credit.
And you're going to love it in the football analogy. I mean, if you don't like football at all, you're going to learn
resources.
A lot. You're going to love football when it's like,
oh, and what's really cool is we always offer this as well. When somebody buys the book and we want to move forward into some other program, we always credit them the amount that they've already spent. And that's what we're talking about. If you're already a client,
if they notify us.
Yeah. I mean, we can't just give you a $97 discount unless we see that you've actually purchased it. So great questions, though. Great questions. All right. Jeremiah says, how much would be the monthly payments? And now is when we needed the whiteboard.
So monthly payments, you're going to have to call us. We set those up through ACH payments. So those are going to be direct withdrawals. So what it costs is $900. So we do 2 different ways, right? The easiest way to remember is $996 down and $364 a month for 11 months. So that'll have you pay a total of $5,000 within a 12-month period of time. No prepayment penalties or anything like that. But we also do weekly, which is $767 down and $83 a week for 51 weeks after that. But again, all of this has to be set up through an ACH. So you're going to have your bank ABA routing number, your account number, and then we set it all up. So it works out for some folks to do it this way. We find though that it for a lot of folks, it's cheaper to one, put it on a credit card and use a credit banking strategy to sweep it down, because then it's really inexpensive. But we want to help people wherever they're at. So we're not going to do any credit checks, but we are taking more of a risk. We're providing all of these services. So we will take 20% down, and then you will pay the rest over time. All right.
Well, folks, wow. That was good, though. Lots of really great questions, folks. I'm really glad and thankful for you spending the time with us to go over a lot of this stuff. Now, don't forget, make sure you get registered for that real estate investing mastermind if you're interested in getting involved in real estate. We're going to be talking over some really cool stuff tonight. We're going to be going over really, how do I assess properties? When I show up to a property, what am I looking for? I'm going to show you the system that I use to actually evaluate my properties. A lot of it's, just me getting hands-on in the property itself. We're going to talk about, and we're going to be talking about a lot of good stuff, negotiating with contractors. We're going to throw a little bit in that as well. The great thing about that tonight is if you're just a flat out homeowner, you can use these tips, tricks, and tools to your advantage. 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, be there or be square.
Ro, we'll ask one last question. Can paying for this Wise Guys and Ties program be a tax write-off?
When done right, absolutely. You got to make sure that you put it in the right category, but the book could be a business expense. The program's a business expense. The real estate investing education's a business expense. It's all a business expense.
If you use personal credit cards for it, you're going to have to create extra notes in your ledger, in your accounting. But yeah,
but it's one of those things.
It's all a write-off. It's all a write-off. It's just you got to make sure you do the accounting.
You bring up a good point. Yes. When I started my business, I used personal credit cards to start the business, to fund the business, to get started. You can use personal funds to start the business. It's just making sure you account for it properly in your accounting. That's all. Perfect.
A lot of great questions, folks. And there's more. You go to our website, and if you've got questions or you want to review anything we've discussed, go to where it says about and go down to FAQ. That's really where we get all of the questions from, and it's just a list of all the questions that we get. But listen, the important point that I want to make to you right now as we close is that you guys are thinking about this stuff. You're sitting on the fence. Should I? I don't know. Look, you could watch 100 different YouTube videos, and if you don't ever take action, nothing's going to happen, right? So there's opportunities every day that are passing you by, you're missing out on. What we want to encourage you is to take action, and don't put this off. Make yourself and your business a priority, and let's get this done. Call the Wise Guys and Ties, right? Get it done today. As you see on your screen, you can call 888-524-9273. You can email us at bizcredit@wiseguysandties.com, or go to our website, wiseguysandties.com. Schedule an appointment with us. Let's move together in the right direction. We don't know what's going to happen with the economy. We don't know what they're going to do in Washington. So let's just put that aside. Let's create the economy that we want for ourselves today. On behalf of myself, Joseph Smith, this is Ray Fleming.
Good night, folks.
And God bless you.